Oh, why don't you try drawing?
Mama, I'm bored of drawing.
Oh, okay. How about dolls then?
I don't have a daddy doll. And I don't want to play dolls anymore. I'm bored.
Oh, you poor thing. Here is a new game. It'll be fun.
Mama, I'm bored.
Okay, go watch TV.
Sounds familiar? I am bored are probably the most dreaded words that no parent ever wants to hear, and yet every parent gets to in regular, huge doses. And what happens when we hear these words from our children? We immediately feel the pressure to provide them with an interesting next activity. So, how do we deal with this I am bored problem? That is exactly what we shall discuss in today's episode of Truly, Madly, Intentionally Mom, the place where I like to share my parenting experiences to help raise consciousness and intentionality around parenting. Today's episode marks the beginning of another series, a shorter one this time, called Sparking Creativity. And the very first thing I think we as parents need to do to preserve and nurture the creativity that is inside every little child is to teach ourselves to befriend boredom. Getting bored is a good thing. It gives our children the opportunity to stretch their creativity muscle and thereby strengthen it. We as parents can learn to respond to our children's I am bored in a manner that we enable them to unleash their creativity. And if we continue to take the onus of providing newer and interesting activities to our children every time they get bored, we unknowingly restrict and inhibit their creative abilities. What we really want to do is to make them feel heard, but still transfer the onus of figuring out what to do back to them. So, on a very practical level, how can we respond when our children begin to whinge about being bored without leaving them feeling ignored, but also without suppressing their creativity? Let's have a look.
Mama, I'm bored. What shall I do now?
What do you feel like doing?
Nothing. I'm bored.
Hmm,
Mama, what shall I do now?
I don't know, but I wonder where all our magnetic blocks are.
Oh, yes. I saw them in the orange box today. I want to make a bridge for all the animals.
So here we are first trying to put the onus back onto the child, and sometimes even just that might work. So when you ask what do you feel like doing, the child might actually start thinking and come up with something he or she does feel like doing. But sometimes, if we realize that it's not going anywhere, we may very gently try to nudge them in the direction of a toy or activity without being very specific, like the mom in this last scenario who just put out an open ended question about the whereabouts of the magnetic blocks. Also, in this latest scenario, the parent only just subtly hints to an activity, and it is actually the child that comes up with ideas about how to play and what exactly to do. So, over time, children learn that they can come up with newer things to do when bored with one activity, and then they gradually stop needing the hints. On the other hand, when we keep providing ready made solutions to the I am bored problem, it gets our children to believe that it is someone else's responsibility to keep them entertained and inhibits them from stretching their own creativity. So we parents need to shift our paradigms and not feel duty bound to providing them with the next new attraction. We need to get very comfortable in the discomfort of listening to "I am bored." I'm sure we can all do it with a little more practice. Also, if the boredom complaints start coming too soon, too often, and too frequently, it might be a time to check that all the child's needs are met. Sometimes it isn't actually boredom. It is a different need, physical or emotional, being expressed in the form of acting out. Most often, most neurotypical children are capable of engaging deeply in play for long stretches of time once all of their needs, including emotional, are met. This is something I really believe. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and we have 2 more episodes coming in this series. The next one is based on a very similar idea, and it is about letting them solve their own problems. And in the third and final episode, I will share with you a very useful tool to spark your child's creativity in play, so that they can unleash their creativity and play independently for long stretches of time, and you get to sip your coffee in peace. So keep watching, and if you do like the content, then please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell to know when a new episode drops. Take care and bye.